Hello, this is Glen Rendani Dagume, and I'm from the Battalion. You are watching Inside Bombela, the Positivity Podcast.
Welcome to this week's exciting episode of Inside Bombela. I'm still your host, Leo Kant. On this week's hot seat, we've got Glen Rendani Dagume on the hot seat. He's going to talk us through his social club, but I'm not going to mention too much about it. I'm going to let the man, walk us through the whole process. Glen, welcome to the hot seat.
No, thank you, gentlemen, for having me. So as you've said, I am Glen Rendani Dagume. I'm mostly known by Rendani or Dagume. It depends on which uh, channel or which social media or which sphere it is. Professionally, I'm Glen, and then socially, I'm Rendani. It's the same person. So I am a Secretary General for the battalion. So the battalion, the name in its originality means that it's a co-op of men that are fighting for something. So it's a militant name.
Yeah.
So which means if somebody says the battalion, that's good enough. They don't have to say the club or the Stokvel or the society. It just also means that this is a group of men that are a comradeship, that are going towards something. Sorry about that. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you. Thanks for hosting us. Thanks for hosting us first and foremost. But literally, what we actually want to know, and in a nutshell, if you had to explain it to a 5-year-old, what is the battalion?
All right. So so the battalion is, I would say, people are very familiar with the term Stokvel. There's a lot of Stokvels, and all of them do certain things. All of them have got their own DNA. So some Stokvels probably they save money to spend it on something at the end of the year, or they do that, or they do that. So what we are in Inception is that we're a group of certain men that have got a profile of a member that would like, and as we are the battalion, the aim there is that we share a common goal, and the common goal is that we want to see growth amongst ourselves and a common growth as well. So the common growth then speaks to we may or we are looking at identifying investment opportunities where possible.
Yes.
Where we can say as a battalion, let's invest in this and let's grow our portfolios in whatever our interests are.
Yes.
And then also in that we ensure that we speak to other topics that affect men a lot. So I cannot really structure it now for you. I'm all over.
No.
But I guess
worry.
once you start really, we start discussing.
No, we're gonna unpack
I'll be
it.
able to structure it for you. Where the sense is that yes, it's a bunch of men that are together, and we are working towards a common goal. Whatever the goal is,
Yes.
we're gonna discuss it
Or you're gonna discuss it as a collective
Yes.
and find a way forward as a collective.
as a collective. Yes.
No, I
So
think that's beautiful.
we are constitutionally bound. We've got a constitution. It's a working constitution.
I read through that thing. I read
Did
through
you?
it. I did. It did something for me in my life already. I was struggling to sleep. So what happened was I read through it and knocked me out. But I did wake up the next morning and then I finished the rest of it. So congratulations on that one. It's cheaper than any sleeping pill I've ever had to go.
That's why I was calling our constitution a Bible.
No, it's only like a 5-page. But honestly,
Yeah.
it's very thorough.
Straight to the point.
It's very thorough, straight to the point, and I like how you guys actually. It stated there that if it needs to be amended, you guys have to have a meeting about it and form a column. And once you get, you agree, yes, left, no, right, only then can it be amended. So it is alive. You
Yeah.
use those exact same words, and I think that's beautiful.
So the battalion is only founded now in 2024. Uh, I'm part of the founders of it. I think there was about five of us that founded it. And but the concept of it came from two, I think one or two gentlemen that proposed it to us, and then we had inception meetings. We met, we discussed it over a couple of meetings where we, on one meeting, on the first meeting was whether do we think we can work together, because some of the gentlemen we didn't know each other.
Yes, yes,
We had
yes.
to decide if we can work together.
Mm.
And then once we had decided that we can work together, then we had to found a name and all that stuff. And then we had to have a constitution to incept it. So that was a draft constitution.
Yes.
Then we sat down and then we adopted the constitution. Upon adopting the constitution, that's when then we basically were founded. So all of that happened in 2024. And then what also that means when we say the constitution is open for amendment is that as we grow, or as we find our ground in terms of identifying the opportunities that are good for us, we will then want to amend those into the constitution.
Yes.
Because we want that to be the only document of reference in all aspects of the gatherings. So if somebody brings up a topic or anything, we don't want to generally speak or answer. We want to reference what does the constitution say about that. And on that as well, it also does specifically state that we work in a system of, we don't adopt it today because we proposed it today, because we feel like that today.
Mm.
I'll tell you why that is dangerous. If, for instance, today we all find traffic on the road,
Yes.
and we experience the same trauma and we are all in pain, or eight of us are in pain, or let's say for instance there is 80%, let me say 80% of us are in pain for something and we agree on something, and then we vote today and we agree that, yeah, we should change that to that
But
If
that
we-
would be an emotional decision.
decision. So
Yes.
that will make it, that is bad.
Yes,
That is
absolutely,
bad.
absolutely.
So then the constitution says we can only bring it up today, discuss it if we have to,
Yes.
but we can only adopt it in the next meeting,
Next meeting.
when
so
it
that
when it arises.
it percolates and ferments and all of that in
So
the
it
back
gives
of
us
your
time.
head. No,
Gives
I
us
like
time to think about it, to reflect, and we come back next time. If it's me that brought it up, and I see it's bad, I can be the first to say, no, guys, I don't think I had looked at this aspect of
Yeah.
it. So I'm withdrawing it. If
So
that's
with the
way.
benefit of 2020 hindsight, like if I had like, okay, fine, like it hasn't looked like a good idea at the time, but now 6 weeks later I've had a good think about it. Yeah, it's a bad idea. So
Yeah.
I'd like to humbly withdraw it.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful. You know, when you the minute you run into it, the word battalion, you just knew it's a group of guys. Like seriously speaking. So
Gentlemen.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They didn't come from a point of disrespect. I just the minute you run into the word battalion, you just know that it's a group of gentlemen, like-minded gentlemen. Why are you guys sword fighting? Like, where are the women?
No. You see, the thing here is that it's not a form of discrimination or whatnot. We basically are precise or direct in or intentional. Let's say intentional.
Intentionally, yes.
So when us being intentional is us wanting to make sure that it's a group of men and we can touch on aspects that affect men.
I like that. I like that because 89% of the time, the world tends to focus on everything else but us. We are the last person or last group of people to be considered. They're like, "Bantwana badlile, is your wife happy? What about you? You are always the last one. Dude, they'll take care of your dog, but
Yeah.
that's exactly how it works. It's
Yeah.
sad, but it's a fact. So which term are you more comfortable with, a Stokvel or a social group?
I think it doesn't matter. Usually, what I would use, I'd use the word Stokvel for ease of reference.
Yes.
I think people refer or reference easier to the word Stokvel than they would to a social group, because then you explain a lot. If it's a social
Yeah.
group, then what is it? Social what? So you guys gather and do what?
Mm.
But if you say Stokvel, then already people are thinking, okay, it's money.
Finances.
It's
Yeah.
money, or it's people gathering something that they will share sometime or whatever, whenever the time comes.
Yes.
So in either word you use, I would go with. Whether you say Stokvel or social club or gentleman's club, it's
It,
neither
it,
there or
it,
there.
absolutely, and it's not even it doesn't have negative connotations to it. So
No, no, Stokvel is a big market, guys. If we could call us a Stokvel, I'd be very happy. I wouldn't mind, because Stokvel is one of the. It's got a big economy. There's a big
absolutely.
economy in Stokvel.
Facts.
Currently the banking sector is trying to formalize it, because they understand that that's where the money is.
They're losing out, so they're trying to claw back some of those funds that they do not have access to.
Well, they do have access now, because now all the Stokvels, the regulation now would be that the money needs to go to the bank.
Facts.
But what the banks are trying to really do now is to ensure that there is no withdrawals throughout the year, so that that money can be regulated properly. They can use that money for whatever they want to use it for during that time of during the financial year.
Yeah.
Lend it out, loan it out, do what, because they know that whatever Stokvel is going to probably it's determined when they will want to access the money.
Mm-mm.
But it's a very big economy.
That is true. So, back in the day, when you were the average 10-year-old, did you ever think that one day you'd be part of a stock firm? Like,
I was not there yet in terms of thoughts. I was not there yet, but I do think I was an early boomer, so I probably would have thought about it early in my years of maturity or adulthood.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I've always wanted to be part of something. I've always been a part of something. When I grew up, I was church lead. I was youth, uh, men's club. So
yeah,
I was a very staunch churchgoer. That one person that is in every unit in the church, in terms of
nice.
that. So I've always been in that. I like comradeship. You know. Uh,
Hmm.
so when it came up, I found out about it. I found out about the first meeting that morning,
Oh,
and then I got a call that we're starting this thing and we're meeting this afternoon. I was like, okay, cool. What's the time and where? And I was there.
you were there. How did you guys land on the number 10 as opposed to members of battalion?
Okay, the number 10 is the maximum number of
Yes,
members.
yes, there.
All right. So because we've got a particular profile of people that we want to invite, uh, and we are incepting, we found it fair that we start small, so
Okay.
that we can have a strong foundation.
Yes.
Because if you start at 50 and there's still aspects of mistrust amongst us,
Yes.
it's a challenge,
Absolutely.
because you're gonna have 50 people that everybody's pulling on their own direction.
Everybody's going left, right. Yeah, that's true.
So we've got a maximum of 10. We're sitting at 8. We have
Hmm.
so we've got 2 spots, and we are hoping to fill them, but we are not
It's not a rush
we're
job.
not desperate to fill them. So
Hmm.
we're looking for a profile of a candidate that can fit in and can go into and be part of the culture.
Oh, okay, cool. So, I gather from what you've said, because when joining battalion, it's by invite only, né? But what's the criteria? Well, what are you guys on the lookout for?
I think the main thing is that we are looking for professionals, and when we say professionals, it's not uh, that we all come from different professionalisms. Like we come from different aspects. So when we come together, we are building something, and we come with different expertise
Yes.
together. So it could be anybody that could say, for instance, I'm interested in joining, and then we would have to just find out what are they do they align with our
Yeah.
with our
Criteria.
goals, because we've
Yes.
got, remember, on that constitution you read, we've got what our vision and our goals are.
Yes.
So it's about aligning to that, and being available for it, and you saying that I will add value to it as well, because the value add is the most important thing.
Facts.
We, if we're saying that we are looking at finding uh, mutual investment opportunities or goals that you'd like, and we would like to know that we're there, like somebody that is looking at the long term. Like you're not about I want this thing to
Quick
benefit
pick,
me now.
quick now, like with
You
that
know.
instant gratification nonsense.
manje uyaphila ngaSpani angeke ngiyifake asithi ngeSpani imali yami ngithola kumama.
It's
Would you accept me if I wanted to?
it's not my decision to make. It's not my decision to make. There's, remember, there's an executive and there's the brethren. The brethren are the ones that are
The
supposed
final call.
to make that decision. I don't think that we would we would exclude people based on their current economic statuses. It's not unfair. It's discriminatory and whatnot and whatnot. But if you feel that you can be able to commit and fulfill the contributions that are required and contribute, whether physically or
Yeah.
then you should be able to justify your case and be part of it.
Nice. I like that. So, what are the benefits of being a member of the battalion?
A member of a brethren, a member of a comradeship, man. A member of a comradeship, like you part of us, like this is something that's just been founded. It's something that's got potential of growing, and we are going to grow it. We've got a solid constitution where we know exactly where we want to take this thing. Uh, if you probably sleep on it and 5 years later you decide to come and join it and it's that big or whatnot, and maybe the restrictions have changed and there's no access to entering it anymore, it's a boys club or it's a property developer owner, then you've slept on it.
That's true. Opportunity gone.
We don't know. The sky's the limit. We want to do everything that we can do.
Nice. I like that. I like that. So, what is the joining process? Let's just say that you've identified as a certain gentleman that you'd like to, join in spot number 9.
Yeah.
What would be step number 1? Can you talk us through the whole thing?
So the best thing would be, if you know a member, approach the member. Let the member know that you are interested in joining.
Yeah.
The member can take you through the process of it. The member can invite you as a guest in our next meeting, for instance. Depending on if in that meeting we can have guests, some meetings are very sensitive, and then you can come in and then you can observe. Otherwise, send us an email. We've got an email, Gmail account. Send us an email, and then we can review your request for that.
Yes.
And reply with what we need from you, and we can take it from there. But the aim is that now, obviously, it's towards the end of the year. In January, we'll sit down and we'll review what is outstanding, and if we want to extend and open a few slots as well. It will be determined by the quorum.
Yes.
At that meeting, if whether we're opening one more slot or 2 slots or whatever the case is.
Yes.
But it will be guided like that. There isn't going to be a time where we are above the constitutional requirement.
So, what type of investments are you guys open to?
Any investment that has a good return on investment.
Okay.
We're not structured to what we want. So let me just say, remember, we are baby steps now.
Yes.
Right? So since we are baby steps, we have started where we needed to start, which is founding, which is gaining the trust. So we are comfortable to say that the 8 members we've got are the 8 members we're going forward with.
Yes.
We're good. We're stable in that aspect. So now all these people come with different expertise. So on a month-to-month basis, we are trying to get guest speakers that will come with certain professionalism or expertise.
Yes.
Say, for instance, on one particular meeting, we'll have, we've had already a health and wellness expert. The person came in and spoke to us about men's health. So we were speaking about men's health. What are the common problems in men and what. And that's a common question. It's a common concern. From that, I've heard
it's usually overlooked as well.
Usually overlooked. From that, there's members that have acted on on just checking on up on those things.
Yes.
And then again, when we need to invite a financial expert to come in and say what portfolios are best for investment for Stokvel like yourselves,
Yes.
based on what your rate or what your turnover is around,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and all that. And then again, we also inviting people that think they can add value to Stokvel. So they can reach
Yeah.
out and say, would like to come as a guest, would like to propose a concept,
Yes.
to you guys that would be beneficial to you guys as a Stokvel. Then they'll sit in, we'll host them on the day when we have a meeting. They come and we host them. They present to us, and we grasp, and then prior to sorry, not prior, post that,
Yeah.
we will have our own engagement to say we heard that. What do we think about it? What do we want to do about it?
What's the way forward based on based on the information we just received?
Yes.
I get that. I like that you guys are open, like you're sponges. Like you just sucking it all in, let it percolate. Then the guest leaves, and you're like, okay, out to when uzunja, like loom for 2 1 2 3, or how do you feel about that? Like we can use this one, we can live without, or park it, so to speak. No, that's beautiful. Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's become a daily staple whenever we do one of these episodes where, like, no, don't forget to wear the podcast. So it's nice to know whether, like, Rendan is listening, and to anybody who knows Glen, he can be difficult for no apparent reason. So yeah, I'm happy that I saw the picture. There's actual photographic evidence of you wearing the podcast. So no, highly appreciated, my guy.
Yeah, and I was out, but I've since done a couple of them, a couple of them. When I do go out, I wear them. I wear the t-shirt because also I love it. I like the t-shirt. Uh, it's it's quick to wear, man. You just take it and you wear it.
That's it.
There's no need to plan and all
That's
that
it.
stuff. And I like wearing it in not so regular places. Like, I think the other time, when my wife wore the other one and I wore the other one,
Oh,
and we went to the boss.
wait. You went to, you guys wear matching tees at any boss
I wore the white
2025,
one, she wore the black one, I think, or something like that.
or vice versa. It's possible.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
let us. How often do you guys meet?
It's a monthly thing. So what happens is that we rotate host. So I've had my hosting this year. Other members have. There's a couple of members that are still to host, and then yeah. So we rotate in the hosting, and what we also do recognize is that most of the people in the battalion are spouses to people. So we don't impose the dates to you. We'd rather let you know that, or you'd rather say that you'd like to host in a particular month, and then you give us a date that is best
Yes.
for your logistics.
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
and
Because
then-
you know what's going on in your life.
in your life and in your house, yeah. And
Absolutely.
then we'll show up at your house, yeah.
Nice one. I like that. I like that. So did you have to lose an argument, or did you guys flip a coin when it was decided who was gonna sit in that particular seat today to represent battalion?
So communications come through to the SG, which is me. So
Yeah.
Stella sent the communication through, and I put it through to the gentleman, and I waited it out. Suggestions started coming through, and there was no opposing suggestion.
Okay.
Everybody just said, "SG, you do it."
Okay.
Yeah. So what happens is that again, it goes to the profile of the person you have. So the profile of the people we have
Yes.
is that we understand that it is not necessary for us to always have a voting majority when we want to make decisions.
Okay.
So we are basically we agree in most instances.
Okay.
The only time I would run a poll which requires voting is when we talk about the color of the t-shirt first.
Yeah.
We put in 5 colors there on the poll, and then everybody can vote for the t-shirt. Then we can take the majority. But on a
Yes.
decision like this one,
Mm.
we would like to get people's motivations on
Yes.
it and people's full blessings on it
Yes,
as
yes,
well.
absolutely.
So it's not everything that we vote on or we argue on. Actually, we never argue, but we don't have to go on votes on most things. Most things, it's just a free flow.
They just go like that, and
It
then
comes up, and people can just say, they can just bring their views, in terms of saying that I agree on it in this aspect, but I disagree on it in this aspect, and then we weigh the two, and then we probably all gonna gravitate towards that.
the same thing. Yeah, dude, that's beautiful. Guys, Battalion actually requested that we send them an actual letter to formalize the whole process. We're like, no, inviting them to Inside the Mobile. And the moment we had to write that, we started getting butterflies on some. We've written such letters before, and you guys are the very first people to actually say yes, no problem. So no, thank you for showing up, guy. Like, honest to God, you guys are just amazing.
No, I'd say I'll pass the thank you to the gentlemen. They gave the mandate.
Yes,
they gave the
yes.
mandate. Uh, yeah, we couldn't as an executive say yes on individually, because this thing is gonna go on a public platform.
Yes.
And
And it's going to be alive for a very, very long time, way past us.
and I'm very indebted to them, for doing this. So I must try and do some justice to it. Hopefully there isn't anything that's going to be off.
No.
That misrepresents them.
Absolutely no.
Because I represent quite a mature, a bunch of gentlemen. So if I don't do well, guys, don't publish it. But please do a rerun. Do a rerun, then we can have another man.
Skawa, we got you. Okay, fine. Would you guys be open to establishing a sister organization to Battalion that would be more towards taking care of the sisters, and so that they can also do what you do, but they focus on what is important to them, the same as you guys are talking about the issues that are important to males.
Funny, I thought you were gonna ask that. I thought there is a lot. There's a lot, guys. There's a lot of things like that, But we are not saying that we would not help them or mentor them or assist them.
Yes.
It's I think it's a simple step. It needs will. It just needs people's will, and it needs them to be dedicated to what they want to do. And if they've got that, we can assist them. We can get things like constitutions for them and whatnot.
So you can literally hold their hand through the process, so that they don't necessarily learn through pain and disappointment, because the map, you guys already have the map.
Yeah, we could do that. We could definitely do that. Also, but you must also take into cognizance why we decided that it needs to be a gentleman's club.
Yes.
And in the gentleman's club, we want it to be just gentlemen.
Yes.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
No, I get you.
We want it just to be gentlemen, because it's the same thing when you host. If you host us, we don't interfere in your family dynamics. If in your family, when you're hosting, it's tradition that your wife must prepare all those things, and that's your family dynamics.
Yes.
But when we get there, we've got no interest in that. We are expecting you to do everything from frying the meat for us, or preparing the food, serving us. So we don't really want to be in the presence of females when we're in that space. I don't know if it sounds right, though. It doesn't sound feminism, Yeah, so Sister Battalion, definitely we would be, but not something that we would have to be fully involved in.
Okay.
Yeah, so that we will help them structure it, start it, structure it, and be by ourselves. And hopefully, it's not gonna be our wives in any way, so they can independently flow.
Okay. So in a perfect world, when you guys are having this is an organization, so you would need to get together at least once a year. It would be nice just to compare notes and then see what's what. But that's a pie in the sky idea. It's just it's floating at the moment.
We can have a conference where it's scheduled. Maybe it's a September conference, and it's scheduled to, but it's an engagement that should be a discussion over 3 hours on comparing financial records and comparing compliances, comparing notes. That is perfect. But what I'm trying to say about the the foundation of the battalion, we are men that are trying to be by themselves in order to for us to concentrate on ourselves.
Nice one. I like that.
As men. So, and that's why even the topics are tailored to discuss issues that
are
affect men.
important to men.
We do discuss your GBVs because we are against that. But we should not distort and think that GBV is the only main crisis that
In the world
brings
today.
men and women together.
That's true.
So we also have our own problems,
Facts.
and those are what we want to tackle the most. And so sorry to interject.
problem,
I
sir,
just
yeah.
want to finish this one. So now, with that aspect said as well, that is the very reason why in a battalion meeting, it is strictly men.
Yes.
And that also respects the host and their spouse
and family and everything.
And whatnot.
Like, why is Uncle Rendani? Who is that with Uncle Rendani?
Exactly.
That's not Auntie Swanban.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's just weird. What I like about what you guys are doing is like in the world that we live in, you literally have to walk on eggshells. You don't want to offend. You don't want somebody to misconstrue what you said. You don't want to, and you guys created a platform where men can be men and talk about things that are important to men, to other men, because 89% of the time, what you're going through, he's gone through. So why should you go through it with pain and discomfort when already one of your brothers has already been there to say, Yazin, I'll tell you, what I think you must do, Lana, is 1, 2, 3. Because if the way we were being on, I pay it because 1, 2, 3 happened the last time Swanbani did it. So here's the playbook. So that one, I think it's the most perfect thing about Battalion, and I like it.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think it's also a matter of we've seen things like we probably most of us have been with other societies, and we've seen what the lapses are and what the problems are.
Yes.
And that's why we've got strict rules in particular in certain things like that we've realized where even the regulation of BEVs and all that. There's a regulation that operates in every aspect of it, so that we avoid all those tensions that will come from it.
You guys actually put it into the constitution that alcoholic drinks can only be had at the conclusion of a particular meeting, not before, not during, but once Vele is like, okay, fine, everything has been put on the table, we are done for the day, close it, Azish.
It's professional.
That's it. So we don't have somebody saying point of order.
Rendani, what are the plans moving forward for Battalion? I don't want you to spill all the beans, but where would you guys like to take the organization moving forward?
Now the aim is, I don't know if you're familiar with this new thing of aviator. It keeps going up, but this balloon is not gonna sink though. This plane is going up all the way, man.
All the way up.
And this one, you don't have to check out early. This one, we're flying up. So the sky is the limit. Actually, we obviously still engaging. This year we'll make a year of inception now around November.
Anything planned?
I cannot preempt. I cannot preempt, but I think obviously something will happen.
Yeah.
We'll still have to discuss it and be sure that it happens if it happens. And then when we meet in the new financial year,
yes, sir,
then definitely we open up in terms of where we're going now. So I like the fact that we are not growing at a drastic rate, because then you drop.
It's nice that you guys are you're monitoring your own growth. Which is very like 10 for now. If we get to a point where we need 15, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, we will obviously get advice. There is interest that is coming from a lot of members come to the meetings and they express interest that is coming from people,
Mm.
but also we take that with a pinch of salt,
Absolutely.
because also we've got the constitution that is there, and we've got the procedures of joining as well. So it has happened a lot. It has happened a lot where people have said that there's a demand for a political party. You know,
Wow.
How did
and
you?
then and
Okay,
then
yeah.
and then so I'm just giving an example.
Okay.
But there is no the imperial evidence is not really there.
Mm,
So
mm.
if somebody wants to join, they know what to join, how to do it. They must join. They must come to us. And we can direct them in terms of how it must be done. But we cannot go and make planning based on that party here says, or like I've got friends as well. They've also expressed how they would like to join, but until they come physically and say, okay, when is the meeting? I want to
I
come to
wanna come
join,
through.
or give me the procedure now. Let me do it now.
Mm.
Then I can only take it with a pinch of salt.
Absolutely. A lot of people love the sound of their own voice, and when it comes to actually to pay the piper, then that's when they decide. Yes, yes, I'm not sure. Yes, le weekend delay something that I've already planned, and that's the same excuse again and again and again. So no, stay away from such. Um, what would you say to somebody who wants to start up their own social club?
They must do it, but what they need to do, the first thing they must do is get the constitution right, get the rules of engagement right. If you don't have to get the rules of engagement right, you guys are going to be going to small claims court and calling X repo there and going to that hotel for funny stuff.
Damn.
Get the rules of engagement right, get the constitution right, and then most importantly, if you're not ready to go and open an account,
Yeah.
don't start with the finances,
Hmm.
because then you're gonna have somebody saying that bamgqekezele batshontsha imali, and then now you have to be empathetic and at the same time with your
Mad.
money
You're
you
mad.
planned with it.
Yes.
You plan, like, let's say you plan that you need, I want to have this money on this particular day, and then all of a sudden somebody bamgqekezele, so kumele manje ube empathetic ukuthi nayo ulahlekelwe.
But you're also a victim yourself at that moment. No, that would suck. That
So
would definitely suck.
so fortunately, financial institutions have recognized Stokvels. So they've got a back end constitution.
Mm.
When you go to a bank, they've got a constitution themselves.
Yeah.
That they will work around. So that one is the one that determines the financial aspect of it.
Yes.
So say, for instance, the members decide to overthrow the executive.
Yes.
That constitution can work towards them if they can follow the procedure of that constitution.
Hmm.
Or if there's a member in the executive or two members happen to pass away at the same time, or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
So the banks already have the structure already. So at least they can support you in the court of law, or if you have to go there, because they've got a skeleton of what it should be structured like.
Mr. Dagume, do you think that we covered all your bases? Do you have anything that you'd like to shed a light on?
I think, in closing, we would say it's always good to be a part of something, you know. And I've always been a champion for that. I've always wanted to be a part of something, and I've always been part of something. It doesn't matter what it is, but always for good and intentional.
Yes.
Because otherwise, if you isolate yourself too much, then you'll know only what you know.
Yeah.
You know what only what you know. But being a part of gentlemen, and we're all in different levels of life. There's affluence there. There's general like us. There's all those things. So you look and you get inspired, and you see the smell of opportunity. And you smell
Yes.
it. So that's, well, you can't see smells, but yeah, you smell opportunity as well. How it looks
No,
on
but
other people, like when people are succeeding in life.
succeeding. Yeah.
and when we discuss as well, then you get to get the perception of other people as well. So that is, for me, sounds like growth. It seems like you should get more than you put in, even when you've put in your best.
Just so weird that we're doing this on almost the last days of Women's Month, and here we are talking about men getting better, men getting to be better people.
Well, I would not say that we cannot coexist, because, for instance, every time I engage with the battalion, uh, I I do get support from my spouse,
Yes.
because, and I think our spouses also view that as a positive platform where we can come back as better men as well,
Hmm.
to a certain extent, because we can sit there, we can have legitimate discussions,
Yes.
mature discussions, we can plan, and one day that might be uh, there might be an elevation in the circumstances of our family
Yes.
based on that.
Absolutely.
So as much as back in the day when the struggle was about uplifting men because men needed to fight the apartheid regime,
Yes.
and then women were not taken into consideration because
Yes.
they were supporting men in that struggle.
Absolutely.
Even in this instance, we can still co-support each other. We cannot. The mistake then was that we diverted all the resources towards one gender,
Yeah.
and now we can still do
There's
multi-gender.
enough to go around, and everybody
Now we
can
can
be
support
covered.
each other throughout. Another one, and very important. I'm closing now. It's the in law the biggest issues now is interpretation.
Yes.
The law is there,
Yes.
but the interpretation, every lawyer interprets it differently.
Yes.
Every judge interprets it differently.
Yes.
And that's why in courts today somebody's charged for this thing, tomorrow they're not charged for it. So I think if there's something, constitutions should be as easy as the battalions one.
Hmm. Let it be a
Direct.
5-pager, like honestly.
No, it can be 100 pager, but be direct. Say exactly what you say.
Be intentional with your words.
Say exactly what you say.
And Danny, okay, cool. I know that the battalion does not have a Facebook group at the moment. But how do people get a hold of you? Like if for exhibition purposes, they want to introduce new ideas, new concepts, new financial or possible investment or opportunities. How do they get a hold of you?
At this stage, the best would be to send an email.
Yes, sir.
So our Gmail account, I believe you will probably
Yeah, no,
post it on there.
we're gonna put it down there.
If I'm correct, it's the battalionclub@gmail.com. So if they can send an letter of interest or an email of interest there, we can engage them, and we can ensure that we see how we can redirect them accordingly.
Will that email arrive by your hands, or
Yeah, it comes straight to me.
come straight
It
to
comes
you?
straight to me. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I think that's perfect.
But I think also, in the instance where an email is far fetched for somebody, they possibly can reach out directly to me if they can reach me.
If they can reach
If they
you.
can reach me. My name
Okay.
is Glen Rendani Dagume in all socials. So if they can reach me, they can reach
Oh,
out.
okay. So
And then I
that's
can
fine.
redirect it. Yeah.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. I like that. Okay. Ladies and gents, learned a few things today. This man uses big words, way bigger than mine. I believe he said the word cognizance. That's another thing. He used the word calm. That's another thing. That's okay. That's okay. He's a big boy. We like that. We like that. He's a learned black man. We need more like him who are not ashamed to actually show that sifundele. Like, honestly speaking, kick the door. That's all I have to say about that. Dude, thanks for hosting. Thanks for hosting. We've been hosted before, but you actually went through the process of actually having, you know, goodies on the table. And I appreciate the effort. Honestly, appreciate the effort. That's not the appreciation face I had in mind, but
thank
that's
you.
okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
guys, this was fun. Like honestly, that this was fun. And Danny is I would say he's intentional with his words. He's intentional with his efforts, and we feel welcome. And I hope you guys learned as much as we did. Like he opened up our eyes to a few things that I had no earthly idea how to actually access. Thanks for all the love we got on the Sizzling the episode. Thanks for all the new members we've actually followed on both Facebook and YouTube. We're loving it, and yeah, hopefully, no, let's get to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. The world is literally your oyster. Don't forget to wear the podcast. Don't forget to follow the brand. You know, be you. This is us. This is you. You are inside the umbrella, and we are so proud of you as well. Still your host, Leo Gand. Out.